choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose. Make a choice. I need 100 pack for my boys. Be hating and talking and hating. I bet you I kill the noise. I've been a man like I'm painting. I boost up my rating. You know how I play with toys. Pop out on any occasion, get standing ovations. They can't help it but rejoice. They all wanna follow me. Cause I got my foot on the opposition neck and ain't no apologies. 100 yards, you know I own all the property. Daddy's home, you know I own all the property. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Been at the bottom, I got the prove. You gotta choose.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line. For a touchback. Throwing to start here is Tua. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This defense for the Jets, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready, go!
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He's got a man, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
First down catch there by Jalen Waddle. What a promising debut for the 6th overall pick in the 2021 draft. Led all rookies with 104 receptions, mainly catching passes from his college teammate, Tua Tagovailoa.
They'll run on 1st down, Edmonds. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Set, go!
Looking to pass. Tua. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The former third overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Now talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That was good.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Jets will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense, because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Check contact.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Throw right side, caught by Davis. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Tua going to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jordan Davis in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. This will be from 49 yards out. Oh, and Sanders pushed it to the right. No good. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this. Okay, so the personal foul penalty, and those are some important yards lost right there.
Yeah, it all comes down to discipline, doesn't it? And every team tells us that they coach it, they preach it. In this case, it slipped a little bit.
And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the 1st down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
He was certainly quick to atone for his early game interception. Instead of making another mistake forcing something, he reset himself and found a lane to pick up the 1st down.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because the reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up and negate the touchdown that was just given up.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. Open man is Uzama. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 more yards there and another first down.
But give them credit for a good read right there because they read the man coverage on the right side and sent the tight end a few steps down the field and then angled him to the left on a crossing route. And he was able to get enough separation on this play to turn it into a nice gain.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And the Dolphins rush gets home, down he goes. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football. Because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off a play action, Tagovailoa. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 2nd and 7, Hurts. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
But this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Throwing is Hurts. Complete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this returnable for Hill. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
And that play was all about timing between the quarterback and his tight end, because the ball's got to be released with a little bit of float to it so he can run under it. Lays it out there for him. You know what else is involved? Trust that he's going to separate from the defender and have a chance to get.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And some space here. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
Set, ready.
Back to the ground on 1st down, Edmonds. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Tua sets up to pass it. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Hill. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. So he stopped for no gain, and it's 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over under 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone.
Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On first down, Hurts. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Taken at the goal line. And he's going to be brought down inside the 5 at the 3. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Second half will start with a run by Sanders. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Hurts. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. picked up by Xavier Howard. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Jets are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Here we go.
On second down, Tua, and incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tua. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. The kick by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw here. Taken in left side, it's Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Hey, check that. Street. Ready?
Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Almost 2 brings up 2nd and goal at the Dolphins' 9-yard line.
Seven Pirates. 60 Maverick.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On the sneak, it's Hurts, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Zerline good with a PAT, and that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. On the right side, open is Gesicki. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Now a give to Edmonds. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 2 and now on 1st down. Over the middle and complete to Waddle. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd.
Set, ready.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 43. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Tua. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Flush to his right. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 17-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
Here we go.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Chase Edmonds with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
8 yards on the pickup.
From just shy of midfield, Hurts. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Okay, ready?
The Jets on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take over here up near the 40. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever...
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Quinnen Williams able to record his 5th sack of the season. To try again after the sack. Tua. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Ready, go. Ready.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the Dolphins are going to recover. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Tua now on first down. That one complete to Hill. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run with Edmonds. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal.
Ready?
They'll run with Mostert. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
They'll try to run with Edmonds. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was playing.